It's a song by the Rolling Stones, one of their big hits from the mid-'60s. I can't get no satisfaction. And I try. Are you a Rolling Stones fan, Wynand? Just random question there.
Well, I have rolled some stones in my life, but I'm not too well familiar with the band.
Gosh, I'm showing my age, bit of an old rocker here. But talking on the topic of satisfaction, or more in particular, the opposite of that, dealing with dissatisfaction in our marriages in particular. I mean, these are, to use the biblical metaphor, these are the tiny foxes that can ruin the vineyard, right?
That is right. That is right. Look, I think the way our culture is really set up is, especially in Western culture, we're very much focused on our own satisfaction.
Yep.
Very commercially driven. You know, the business, the economy, everything runs on this thing that you try before you buy.
Yep.
You compare different products. You only shop at the best price. We've got a price guarantee. If you can find this product anywhere else cheaper, we'll give you 10% below that price. There's if you buy it and you're not happy, bring it back. 100% satisfaction guarantee. When you're living in a culture where everything is designed that way, it's pretty hard to not bring that same mindset into our relationship.
Gosh.
And look, I'm just going to be honest here. I have been dissatisfied with my spouse. And I mean, she's okay for me to say that because she knows that, because we've had to work through some things. And equally so, she has been dissatisfied with me.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for that is we're both flawed and broken people. To say it simply, I mean, I need Jesus. I'm a work in progress. And if my wife thinks that I'm always going to perform towards her expectations, and if I think she's always going to perform to my expectations, I am going to end up dissatisfied. And if I allow some of those things to remain unchecked, it turns into resentment, and that might turn into the other D word. So disappointment, dissatisfied, and divorce.
Exactly.
I want my money back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And this sort of money back guarantee, or just saying, you know, we guarantee the results, that's not life. That's commerce. And I suppose if we're looking at our most significant relationship, we don't want to make that a commercial transaction. We don't want to make that transactional at all. And you and I have talked about this quite a lot. Now, not restricted to this, but for some people as well. I mean, you talked about try before you buy beforehand. The sexual intimacy part of marriage, that's a deal breaker for some people. Unless I am fully satisfied, then this deal is no longer working for me. Perhaps I'll look somewhere else. Grass is greener, and gosh, things spiral down pretty quickly once you meet that point, right?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the grass is greener. I love the saying, if the grass seems greener on the other side, maybe it's time to water your own lawn. You were thinking I was going to say the other one, right?
Well, there's a number of metaphors, but no, I really love that, actually.
Yeah.
You can look with jealousy at somebody else's garden, but maybe it's just time to pull on the gardening gloves and pull some weeds, right?
Exactly. And I was listening to a therapist share something just the other day. The way he would work with couples was around asking them, okay, so you're thinking of a different relationship. You're thinking about all the things you could find in a different relationship. It's like, what's preventing you from getting all those things in your current relationship?
Wow.
And so sometimes we think we're dissatisfied with what we have, and we think that satisfaction lies elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But in reality, there's a way to reverse all that. And ultimately, you're married to a person who was created by God in the image of God. And if you don't appreciate and receive them and are able to love them, you've just stopped being curious. You've stopped viewing them through a lens of love and acceptance. And actually, you've stopped seeking, because hidden in this person is all the fullness of a God-created individual. And it's like, for us, sometimes we just need to put on a new lens to actually start seeing that. We just need to change our focus from dissatisfaction to things we can appreciate. And there's a whole episode, we did, I think we've spoken about this a number of times, gratitude, how gratitude primes the pump, gratitude fills the relationship. But at the weekend, remember, we talk about this thing about receiving your partner as a gift, receiving your spouse as a gift. Now, I mean, I regret that this happened, and I feel a little bit embarrassed to say this, but the one day we were actually driving to a weekend to remember in Tauranga, and it was my turn to pull the trailer. And I thought I was sticking to the speed limit of 100 kilometers an hour, only to be pulled off saying, no, if you're pulling a trailer, you can only do 90 kilometers an hour. Honest mistake. But do you think I received that ticket with gratitude, I received it begrudgingly, but received it nonetheless. But then take me back 5 years ago when our son was born, Alra and I didn't really check in. Oh, he looks a bit blue, and are we sure we're going to receive him? Maybe we want to give him back. It's like, no, we received our son as a gift into our family. And that makes all the difference.
Certainly
when
does.
we receive each other as a gift, and not focus on the disappointment, but focus on what we've received. Infuse gratitude in our relationship and allow that to grow. Man, you're just setting your marriage up for a trajectory that's only going to grow and grow.
Certainly a game changer, really, I suppose. We started talking about things being transactional and what you can buy and whether you get value for money and all those sorts of things. But if we see it as a love gift, if we receive it as something given to us, for us to respond with gratitude and to treasure, certainly makes all the difference. Now, lots more wisdom and advice, of course, available at familylife.nz. Wynand, thank you for sharing this time with us. Thanks for joining us today.
I hope you're not disappointed with our conversation. Thank you.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us in the Rhema studio. Thanks very much for watching the interview. It's kind of nice to have an audience, actually. And if you did like what you watched, then do give us a like, do give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more interviews like that one, or perhaps even better, subscribe and those interviews will come straight to you. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.